Hello, I'm Charles.
I'm Abby. Hi, my name is Brianna, and I wanted to talk to you guys about sickle cell anemia. I was diagnosed with sickle cell anemia as an infant. With sickle cell, it is a very tough disease to have, and I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about getting a better cure for this disease. Now, with sickle cell, it is a disease that has to deal with your blood. It is it makes your blood cells shaped like a sickle or like a moon, a half moon. Now, with sickle cell, it does affect your hemoglobin. Your hemoglobin is what carries your oxygen throughout your body and makes everything function properly. Because of sickle cell, it can make us have infections really easily. Um, doesn't even matter what time of year it is, we'll end up in the hospital. Now, not everyone with sickle cell has the same effects. There are different types of sickle cell, like SS, which is the one I have. That is the most, that is the worst form of sickle cell, I should say. There's also SC, and then there's the sickle cell trait. With the sickle cell trait, you don't really have any symptoms. SC is a lower form of sickle cell. They're usually not in the hospital as much. And then with sickle cell SS, we are in the hospital almost 24/7. I find the hospital to be my third home, my grandparents' home, of course, being my second. Now, with sickle cell as well, it can destroy our organs due to our oxygen not being able to get to our body properly. Now, when I was a little girl, in and out of the hospital, of course, I always felt like a burden to my family. And I always thought of, when will a cure come out so I won't have this anymore? So I won't be a burden to my mom and dad. I felt like I was sucking them dry, honestly. With that being said, I was also reading up on my disease and seeing what things were being done or has been done. As of now, there are two cures for sickle cell that we have now, which is the bone marrow transplant. The bone marrow transplant is when someone donates their bone marrow to another person to try to get the sickle cells to go away. Now, everyone does not qualify for the bone marrow transplant, me being one of them. The reason I don't qualify for the bone marrow transplant is because of having a stroke when I was 18 years old. They did not want to take that risk for me doing the bone marrow transplant because they thought that it would be too much of a risk for me not making it through. Because with the bone marrow transplant, we have to go through chemo to wipe out our immune system, and then we intake the other person's bone marrow. And then we have to go on medication to make sure that our body does not reject the bone marrow. Now, there's another form of cure for the disease, which is the stem cell transplant, which is a little bit like the bone marrow transplant as well. It's just more of your stem cells instead of going through your bone marrow. And of course, not everyone qualifies for that. That wasn't even an option for me. Now, because of this, of course, I want to try and persuade anyone I can to try and come up with a better cure that will work for everyone with this disease. So everyone will have a chance to live a full life without sickle cell. because it is not a fun disease to have. Again, sickle cell lands us in the hospital. We get infections and diseases like it's nothing. So I encourage everyone to look through books, anything that you can, to try and come up with a better cure for this disease. I know it's going to be a hard thing to do because I've been researching and I still haven't come up with anything better. But I know one day one of us can do it. So at this time, does anyone have any questions?
No.
No.
Okay. Well, this is the end of my speech. Thank you guys for coming.